It's that time again when I get to take my love of curriculum and my love of researching, combine it all together, and bring another review. And someone reached out and asked me what I thought about Monarch, and I'm like, well, let me look into this, because I know that when it comes to curriculum for homeschooling, we can get into analysis paralysis. Now we're looking at everything, we're going cross-eyed, and we're like, I'm not sure. But I love research, and I love looking, and I love presenting for you the pros and the cons so that you can weigh up the best curriculum for you. Hi, and welcome to Learning Life, and thank you so much for joining me today as we look at another curriculum. This is Monarch by Alpha Omega Publications. Now, I love curriculum review because I always feel like in all of this, in parenting, life, and homeschooling, we have to do what works for us. And in order to know that, do what works for you, we have to know what is out there. I have quite a number of different curriculum review. Check them out. Thank you if you have already seen them. Thank you if you've watched my other videos. Thank you for your likes and your subscribes and being part of this learning life. Now, these views, these pros and cons and all of that, these are my thoughts. I am not associated with Alpha Omega. I am not being paid for my thoughts. This is just me with a heart to really come at and help people know what is out there. Now, Monarch states that they are a completely different way to homeschool. I think we have some different views on what completely different is. And that's okay. You know, as I look at it, this is what they're saying from their website, that you will have everything you need for home learning. Your family can subscribe to the perfect plan with benefits of automatic grading, lesson planning, and interactive online learning. With Monarch, you have access to 5 core subjects in grades 3 through 12. That's 50 total courses covering Bible, history and geography, language arts, math, and science. There are also over 60 electives that you can purchase separately. Now, I have not specifically done or had experience with Monarch. I have worked with students that have done Life Packs or Switched on Schoolhouse by Alpha Omega. Switched on Schoolhouse is no more. So I know that they were very similar, like in their content, but I was able to delve in and make the most of their trial to really have a look at Monarch. Pros of Monarch. They have some great parent or parent-teacher functions. So you can go in and you can plan out your school year and you can block out dates, like we're on vacation, or maybe you have a whole thing that you don't work on anybody's birthday, so you block out those dates and then Monarch will actually generate the plan for you and what lessons should be done on what days. I also like that you can unassign lessons and quizzes for your children. So maybe you don't agree with that lesson, or maybe your child just is so frustrated by quizzes and you don't actually want to have so many. You can unassign them, and that will be taken into account with this generated plan for you. There is automatic grading and reports. Now, this can be very helpful for parents who want to be more hands-off. Okay, it also is going to give instant feedback to your child. All of this is collated. You get those report cards. And I know for many, this is extremely helpful. It is flexible and self-paced. Now, this is great for an online curriculum because I know that there are some out there that, really is at school at home and you have to be there at certain hours. You're not bound to set hours. So this is very helpful for families that might have varying commitments, schedules. Maybe you're working in the morning, so you do it in the afternoon, or you have children who like to sleep in the morning, want to do it later, or maybe they like to get up early, okay? Your children can also work at their own pace, and this allows them to progress according to their own needs. It is interactive, so lots of multimedia content. There's videos, there's animations and games. This is a very good thing. It's not just books and quizzes sort of thing. It does cater to the different learning styles. I love the learning styles. I'm always looking to see if this is going to be something that could really work for any child. So there is reading, there is interaction, there's videos. And when I looked at all of that, this really can work well for the different learning styles. You have a visual learner, it's great for them. You have an auditory learner, guess what? It's also going to work for them. Same with our kinesthetic. It does have a Christian perspective, which I know is very important for a number of families. So it does have that Christian worldview. It's integrated into all of its subjects and those values as well. I saw that like in the life packs. So for families who really do want like that religious-based education, it is strong in this for you. And another thing that I really loved, the read aloud option. So there's 6 different like voice over options, like these voice options. So your child can actually listen to the lesson rather than read it, and they can pick a voice that works for them. This is great for auditory learners, for children that may be struggling and have dyslexia, or maybe for kids that like to listen while they read along. So that was actually a really strong point for me. Cons of Monarch. Monarch is highly structured. Okay, so each subject is going to follow this typical pattern, this typical structure. It's going to have lessons and then quizzes, like lessons, quizzes, test. So the lessons are sequential, and your child's going to have to complete all the lessons in a unit and in order, like there's no jumping about. Now, yes, you can unassign. That's like a little tweak that you could make it, but you could really just unassign, and they're just going to skip over it and go to the next thing, and you have to follow it through. Highly structured in that way. It has a lot of quizzes and testing. For some children, you know what? This is really a turn-off. For me, that's a turn-off. But this is how Monarch assesses that a child has completed and perhaps understood the material. Okay, so you're going to have to understand lots of quizzes and testing. It is all online. Now, yes, that's a pro if you want to have an online curriculum. But this is keeping your child at a desk and computer for many hours a day. Yes, it is interactive, but we're there within this screen. So it is all online. It does have limited customization. Yes, you can add electives, a little bit of flexibility. Yes, we can take out lessons, but I really feel that it is less customizable, like compared to some other curricula that's out there. So if you want to truly be able to customize and just say, well, I don't actually want to do that subject, you know, that's something that you would have to take up with them, but it's really limited in what you can do. The Christian perspective. Yes, I know it's a pro, but it can also be a con, okay? Some families don't want a strong, like in there in everything, faith-based curriculum. And if you don't want that, like you don't mind like a bit of faith, and you know, that sort of worldview and like putting it in, but this comes through like in all of the lessons. You need to understand that. And another thing that I really didn't like, and I saw it like a few too many times, is that the required answers for like quizzes and tests, I think can be like highly debatable. So like if you don't actually put in the exact word that Monarch wants, you're going to be marked wrong. That to me is like frustrating because, you know, your child might be putting it into their own words, which is a very valid answer. Now, you as the parent can override it, but you have to go in and you have to make those changes. It's going to take time to do it. To me, that's like a little like frustrating. I feel like that there should be more scope within the answers that the kids can give, especially if it's like a sentence or a word answer and it's not just multiple choice. Cost. Monarch is a subscription service curriculum, so you are paying either monthly or per year. A year per child is going to be $399.95, $400 a year, and that will be for the 5 subjects. It's not too bad. You will save $80 if you subscribe for the year. Otherwise, it is like $40 a month. Now, the electives are $9.95, $10 per month, or $100 for the year per course per student. It's really not bad for adding those electives. Now, there are discounts for multiple children in the family. So this is great. You are not like just sort of thinking 4 children at $400 equals $1,600. Nope, they do multiple children discounts. So a yearly subscription for 4 children is going to cost $1,000 for the year or $99.80 a month, $100 a month. This can be quite good if you are wanting to have everything and you've got those independent children. So those are the costs. Other thoughts. There are demos available on the Alpha Omega website. This is great. So you can go and look and it goes through. And what I do like is that they have a 30-day free trial. Make the most of that. Like most places are 7 days, maybe 14, a full 30 days. this is a really good opportunity to see if it's going to be a good curriculum for your family. Do what works for you. Take that 30 days of trial and go, will this be good for us? You can really delve in that way. Now, remember that it is a curriculum. So even though it is fully online, it is not accredited. A curriculum cannot be accredited. And sometimes people get confused, but it's all online. If you want an accredited program, and some people do, you should look at Ignite Academy. And this was formerly known as the Alpha Omega Academy. So they do have an accredited version that really uses the Monarch Curriculum, or you can just use it as the curriculum yourself and not have it accredited. They do have placement tests available. I think that this is great, especially if you've maybe been moving from one sort of structure and you want to come into Monarch. This will tell you where your child should enroll. If you are really looking for a strong faith-based curriculum that is hands-off for you as a parent, this is a good choice. So the grading, the record keeping being done, you just need to be available for your children as they need your assistance. This is part of the reason why it is from 3rd grade and up. It doesn't do kinder, 1st and 2nd, because in those grades, you really do need to have more time to be able to assist them. They're not working as strongly independently, especially not kindergarten, 1st grade. So Monarch has recognized that. And also kindergarten, 1st grade, even 2nd grade don't need to be on the computer all the time. But for families that want faith-based, hands-off, this is a strong curriculum. Now, I am not a highly structured curriculum mom. Oh, no, I am not. The thought of this, for my family, it does not work for us. I can see really that it does work for many children who want and like to work independently and who like and want structure. There are children out there that definitely want and need that. But I'm also not a fan of how many quizzes and tests there are. I know I can unassign them all, but I just don't like quizzes and tests. To me, this is more school at home. And so I'm not really sure, this ties back to a completely different way of homeschooling. This does not do that for me. This is school at home, a strong curriculum that is out there. Would I use that for my family? No, this is not us. It would frustrate us. It is not what we need. It does not work for us. But let me say that Monarch really it's a high quality curriculum. They have put a lot of time and effort into making sure that things are structured and lines up, and it really does work very well. But thousands of families who want that faith-based curriculum, that want that faith-based and online and hands-off curriculum. So while it might not work for me and it doesn't work for us, it is one that really can work well, for so many people. So if this is what you're looking for, go and check it out. I encourage you, look at all of the different ways that you can delve into it, especially get the 30-day free trial. That is really, really going to help you. And look at what they have to offer. Talk to some of the support stuff that they have to find out if this is going to work for you. Well, thank you so much for watching today and for being part of this learning life as we look at in our parenting, in our education, can we do what works for you? Yes, we can. And thank you so much for watching and just, helping me to get these videos out there. You can do that by being a Patreon. So check that out at patreon.com or at my website, LearningThis.Life.